we on? Good morning, everyone. Early day. I know it's not really that early. I've been up for a while. Good morning, Sly. Good morning, Lovely L3. Good morning for getting up a little early with me this morning. I appreciate it. We'll wait for a few more people to get here. Take a look. Oh, Chandra. Look, all the regulars know. They knew to get here a little earlier. Tell me what you think about the new time slot. It is temporary, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but due to the construction upstairs, we talked about that plenty yesterday. We're going to go a little early because that construction can't start till 9. Good morning, John. I know yawn with me, everybody. Happy hump day. Dan and Kathy, good to see you a little earlier today. Maybe this is a better time for everybody. I don't know. I'm not going to make any guarantees. We're Puerto Vallarta right now, and right now I'm not making any guarantees. All right, let's do it. Yesterday we had a little bit of a different show. It is coffee time in Cali finally. There's a few people that will actually be having coffee with me instead of like a soda or a water. So good deal. Yesterday was a little bit of a different show. Definitely, if you've had any time to reflect or think on that, mention it in the comments or chat. Not a big deal, but we got plenty of news today, so we are full up. So first off, it's 8:31 a.m. here and bright and early. We've never said 8:31 in the morning before on this show. It is the 8th of July. Moving forward through July, and I'm happy to see you. Here's a look outside at an 8. Probably about a 7:45 a.m. version of Puerto Vallarta. We don't get that in our photos very often, but a little cloud cover, a little cooler. We have the windows open at the studio. We'll see how many people make it live today. I get the new time might be a little messed up for everybody, but we'll figure it out. But by the time we figure out the new time, I might go back to the old one. We'll see. All right. First off, as you know, once again, construction is going on upstairs. Happy for them. But it is going to cause this show to be done by 9 a.m. when those construction crews arrive. So we know that. We've covered it plenty. I do want to share one story before I jump into the news. This is one of those personal experience stories, and then we'll do a little coffee time and clink our mugs because I know more people are actually having coffee today. So we were in line at customs coming back from our short vacation just a day or so ago. And we were standing in, the customs line where you go through if you're a permanent resident. And we got to overhear a fellow on the other side of the counter who was coming in as a visitor and requested the 6 months. We always hear about this stuff, but this is a firsthand thing. And the customs person said, "Where's your return ticket?" And the fellow said, "I don't have a return ticket. My mother's staying here. It's at Bayview Grand. Here's the address." And she's like, "Well, once again, you don't have a return ticket." And he said, "No, I don't." She's like, "I'm sorry, I'm only going to give you 2 months, 60 days. He didn't argue with it, didn't make a scene. That's not the point of the story. The point of the story is, okay, that's interesting. We haven't heard that before. I know we've heard rumors and rumblings about, we'll give you the time. We won't give you 180 days. But yeah, without the return ticket, at least this customs person said, nope, you get 2 months. And he said he's going to work on his residency during that time. So interesting story. If you've got friends coming down that are going to stay for an extended period of time past a few months, might consider getting a return ticket, maybe a refundable return ticket. Whatever you do, you do. You do you. So there you go. That was an interesting little thing I want to share with you from firsthand experience coming back into PV. But now let's have some coffee. How's about? Let's do it. Are y'all ready? The very first 8:34 a.m. coffee time. Me, you, and our mugs. Let's do it. Hopefully with real coffee this time. Let's do it. All right. Like I said, we have a lot of news today, so let's get to it. First up, for those who woke up this morning and jumped right into social media, which I don't recommend, just get your news here. It's easier. All right. Last night, Puerto Vallarta municipal fire crews and civil protection units responded to a major structural fire at the abandoned building that formerly, quite a ways back for us Gen Xers, housed a Blockbuster video rental store over in the Versalles neighborhood. The incident drew immediate emergency attention due to the structural central's location and proximity to adjacent commercial properties and, of course, residences. Responding units deployed tactical lines to contain the fire, aka hoses. I'm translating this as we go. And they prevented the fire from expanding into neighboring establishments. Initial investigations indicate that the property had been vacant for a significant duration. Those who had Blockbuster cards know that's going to be a while. And it was pretty much occupied by homeless people and trash and debris. Probably the trash and debris is what caused the fire, but they have not said. Emergency services completely extinguished the fire and no injuries were reported, thankfully, among civilians or responding personnel. City officials are evaluating the structural integrity of the remaining walls to determine if a full demolition is necessary to ensure public safety. So, should you see this story on social media, be sure you know the facts, and those are the facts, that it was an old Blockbuster, it was abandoned, nobody was injured or hurt as of this time of the reporting, just because these things can somehow get out of hand and people could yell something else caused that fire. But again, I'm giving you the facts, that's what they are. All right, next up, if you were up last night and you heard lots of booms and bangs, wasn't fireworks last night. It was definitely some intense thunderstorms, and unfortunately, there was some damage, as you can see by this photo. So, intense rains last night throughout the region generated a bunch of drainage failures and flash flooding across several areas throughout Bahia de Banderas. The Municipal Civil Protection Agency confirmed that floodwaters reached depths of up to 60 centimeters in multiple sectors, particularly impacting the residential zone of Valle Dorado. A rapid accumulation of the water quickly overwhelmed the local infrastructure, trapped several commuters, and inundated ground floor residences. Terrible. Emergency response teams were dispatched to assist the motorists that you saw in that photo after the force of the storm runoff dragged the two vehicles down. I'll show them one more time. Public Works departments deployed heavy machinery to clear the drainage channels that got blocked up to create these floods and remove structural debris from those choked avenues as well. Local authorities have advised residents in low-lying sectors to always monitor water levels closely as seasonal storm systems continue to move throughout the area, and they come in fast. We know that when a storm's coming, it comes in fast, heavy, and hard, and the water builds because of that as well. Okay, quick drink of coffee here. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Also, like I said, if you got an opinion, I think I posted this at the beginning of the show. Clearly, the new time, we have a lot fewer live right now. It's going to take a little bit of time to get used to that. But what do you think about this new time? It might be a better time for you. I don't know if it's a better time for me yet, but again, if you've got an opinion, if you're watching this live, feel free to comment. But if you're watching this on replay, feel free to comment. Like, hey, I missed it at 8:30. I didn't know that, but wow, that time would be a lot better for me. I'd love to know that. This is our show, not mine. All right, this one has been on social media for a couple days. I was actually going to cover this yesterday when we got cut off due to the noise, so let's do it today. So emergency personnel and maritime authorities did recover the body of an elderly male floating in the ocean waters just off of Sayulita. This is a few days ago. The operation involved elements of the Mexican Navy alongside the state emergency services and local lifeguard volunteers who did secure the deceased individual after an initial public report. The body was transported to the shore and placed under the jurisdiction of regional forensic authorities for formal processing. Investigators confirmed that the deceased individual is an older adult, though no identification documents were found on the person at the time of recovery. The local prosecutor's office has initiated an investigation to establish the exact cause of death and determine whether the individual was a resident or a visiting tourist. Authorities are currently reviewing recent missing persons reports filed with the state of Nayarit to help establish the identity. As of right now, they have not established identity or found out who this person may be. If you know of anybody who has posted or inquired about a missing person here who is elderly, definitely contact your local authorities. 911 works here in all of Bahia de Banderas. All right, moving on. This was also going to be covered yesterday, but law enforcement agencies in Bahia de Banderas have launched an investigation following another automated teller machine robbery. Okay, so this is kind of a string of them going on right now. There's one of them, the smashed window. This is marking the fourth consecutive attack targeting a banking machine in the municipality. The latest incident involved a heavily coordinated assault where perpetrators bypassed the commercial security systems to extract the internal cash cassettes out of the machine. Police units arrived at the scene after the automated alarms were triggered and discovered that the machine was damaged and there was structural damage also to the building. Municipal, state, and police forces have established coordinated checkpoints across major transit corridors in an attempt to intercept those subjects. Investigators are analyzing forensic evidence collected at the site, along with local surveillance video feeds to figure out who they are, map the route they used to get away, and security analysts have advised local commercial centers to strengthen the physical barriers around the automated teller machines and banking kiosks. So that story is really more for our business owners here or kiosk owners here, or just like if you see a window smashed in somewhere, unfortunately, that might be the target. I mean, again, right now at least, and again, if you see something different on social media, they're targeting the machines, they're trying to get the cash out. Times are tough in PV. I'm not going to say I get it, but it's unfortunate that this is kind of a side effect of when tourism is down. All right. Moving on to brighter news. I'm going to put up a flyer here. I will make it bigger for you in just a minute, especially if you are a local artist. You're going to want to know this. So I took the original billboard, as I generally do. I translated it to English, as I do, and now let's talk about it. So the municipal government of Puerto Vallarta has formally opened the registration window for local artists, musicians, and cultural performers to participate in the city's upcoming official entertainment calendar. This initiative aims to catalog regional creative talent and provide structural logistical opportunities for presentations at the public plazas, cultural centers, and official municipal festivals. Applicants are required to submit a formal portfolio detailing their technical performance background, what they do, their equipment requirements. So yeah, if you're an artist, a singer, someone who is out there and wants to perform and wants to know, how do I get involved, within the bounds and the legalities of the government, this is the way, because the cultural committee is going to review all of those submissions to establish what they're calling a diverse programming schedule designed for both local residents, international tourists as well. Selected participants will receive administrative scheduling support and access to municipal sound and lighting resources, pretty cool, during the scheduled public showcases. The registration period will remain active throughout the designated deadlines shown on the flyer, I believe. If not, I'll find that. But you definitely want to get that in. And I think there's also contact information right there where you can get more information and submit your application, your photos, your biography, and get registered and have your own concert. How cool would that be? All right, quick time for coffee. Let's do it. Just chink them with me. Bing. Love it. All right. Hope you're having some nice coffee this morning. Maybe a cappuccino. Maybe you're having an espresso. Maybe you're having a latte. Enjoy it. I'm just having ground coffee this morning. We saved the espresso and cappuccino drinks for the weekends. Fancy. All right. Speaking of you having your own concert, well, how's about if you want to go to a concert? Because if you're anything like me and Laura, we're always kind of scanning what's going on in Mexico City, what's going on in Guadalajara, what concerts are coming, even a few here in Puerto Vallarta. Mostly more local artists here, or the bigger national artists sometimes come here, which is nice, into the new dome. But if you're looking for an iconic concert or someone that all of you know, I would play the music during this story, this national story, but YouTube's copyright blocks are pretty serious. So you can hum along your head with a little I'm Still Standing, maybe a little Yellow Brick Road. I see you, tea drinker. Good morning to you. That's cool. All right. Sing along with me in your head, but pay attention to the details because guess who's coming to Mexico? Legendary British musician Elton John has officially announced 2 special farewell tour performances, and they're going to be in Mexico City, and they're scheduled to take place on, get your calendar out, October 2nd and October 3rd in 2026, this year, at the newly named Estadio Banorte. Now, this high-profile engagement titled Farewell to Mexico represents the 79-year-old artist's first performance on a Mexican stage, which happened, trivia time, 14 years ago. Interesting. So it's resolving a long-standing scheduling debt after pandemic restrictions forced the cancellation of his original Latin American tour dates. Tickets for this event will become available via Banorte Bank pre-sale beginning on Monday. Again, another time for your calendar if you're an Elton John fan. July 13th, one day before my birthday, hint, hint. And it's followed by a general public sale on July 16th with limited VIP packages offering premium seating, exclusive merchandise, yada, yada, yada. I'm not doing a commercial for them, but that sounds pretty cool. I don't know if we'll get tickets or not. We really haven't talked about it. I mean, Elton John is one of those iconic artists. I mean, I don't know if we have a bunch of fans on either live or on replay. And again, I would play some of that music. But again, that would get my video taken offline. So we can just do it or something. You can go do your own like jazz. No, my gosh, I would never subject you to that. But sing your own, please. I love it. All right. If you did not get to hear me singing live this morning, well, I'm happy you're catching it on replay. Hopefully it wasn't a huge surprise for you that I was on at 8:30 a.m. Puerto Vallarta time and not my usual 10 a.m. But I'm anticipating, depending on viewer reactions and how they feel about this, we'll go back to 10 a.m. as soon as the major construction upstairs finishes. All right. Clearly a little early in the morning. I talk a little faster. Hopefully you kept up because we are done early with more stories than usual. So unless you've got anything you want to talk about, we're going to move on out. First of all, if you caught me this morning a little earlier than usual and you've not subscribed to the show or you're new to the show, just go down to hit the bell down here, subscribe, and then click notifications all. Oh, better late than never, Lori. Nice to see you. We're just finishing up, so be sure to subscribe. I know Lori is, and I know many of you are. Casey and Cody are for sure. Lastly, don't forget, and I got some last night. I love that. I got viewer mail last night about someone who's interested in being a sponsor for this show. That's exciting. I love my trade sponsors and other ones, but if you want to chat about something, you've got a story idea, you've got content idea, you've got feedback about this 8:30 a.m. time slot, you don't want to type it in there, send me an email, please, at pvrnmx@gmail.com. I read and respond to all messages, so I love to chat with y'all, and we'll maybe it's something we'll put on air for you. I'll say your name, and, we'll go from there, but it's not required to say your name, just so you know. All right. That's all the news for today, and I'm going to get you out way early at 8:47 a.m. local time. Have an amazing extra long day after the show. Please continue to share the show with your friends, your family, anyone that just kind of wants to know the real news about Puerto Vallarta and what it really feels like here, and have a little bit of fun with me on a daily basis, especially live. I really do appreciate that. Have an awesome day, everybody. Take care, and here goes the sponsor sheet and everybody who helps to contribute to make this show happen 5 days a week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See y'all tomorrow, bright and early, 8:30 a.m. local tomorrow.